Everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're gonna get right into it today. We are talking about bottles, more specifically the Nanobebe bottle. When I was pregnant, maybe before I was pregnant, I saw these bottles and was like, ooh, when I have a baby, I'm gonna use these bottles. So it was already predetermined that these were going to be my favorite bottles, and I looked them up and got all the information about the bottles and what was the most important thing. And while I really love the bottles, there's just way too many opportunities for water to get within this bottle and destroy a bottle. And that's the whole point I think I really want to make. Never mind all of my rambling. Is it's a great bottle. I really like the system. I really like all of the I do have all of the Nanobebe products, from breastfeeding bags to the stackable thing in the fridge to the warming bowl, which I have here, and even the carrier. Like, I'm all about the Nanobebe bottle. However, it's just way too easy for water to get inside, and I really don't like that. And it's because this thing pops off so damn easy. I've ruined many a bottle that way, and it's not good. Also, when you put it, now this warming bowl is absolutely fantastic. I've used it for my breast, uh-oh, there was water in there. I've used them with my breastfeeding bags, and I also use them to warm my bottles. I put some hot water inside. I take my Nanobebe bottle and I stick it in there, and it warms the bottle. The problem is the heat from the water can make this separate even when it's completely closed. Now, there's a number of times I put the bottle together, I put the milk in there, it's stored in the fridge with the little twisty cap. When it's time to make the bottle, I put the nipple on. I double check to make sure this is nice and sealed and tight. I double check the nipple. I check the measurement to see how much is inside the bottle, just to confirm that the water hasn't gotten in there. I stick it in there. I come back a couple minutes later, and then all of a sudden you'll have something that looks like that, where maybe not that bad, but like that. And water would have gotten inside, and then you can't use that bottle anymore. And you know, it's really annoying. And then you have to kind of put it back together, even if the water doesn't get inside, because that doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes it does kind of pop off a little bit, but it wasn't so severe to the point that water got inside. It might be something like this, or even just a little bit closer like this, but still, you know, you don't want the bottle to come apart when you're trying to warm the bottle. So yeah, there's times where it, you know, it doesn't destroy a bottle, but you know, like I said, you don't want this. Or you put the water inside of the bottle and the cap isn't on right, and you'll have something that looks like this, that looks like the bottle, the lid is on correctly. Finding that little smudge, I was just using these for demonstration, but it'll look like it's on, but you'll stick this in that water, the water will get inside, and the bottle is ruined. So you really have to be super careful when it comes to doing things like with these bottles. And super careful is not high on my list of priorities right now. Being exhausted and sleep deprived and hungry and tired and everything, you know, with a screaming baby in the background that just wants to eat, and you just want to stop that crying. Careful is not what I want. Then those tall, skinny bottles are better and more appealing, because you can dump those in something like a warming bowl and they don't get wet. You know, the water doesn't get inside the bottle, and that's important. You don't want to be making bottles, whether it be the liquid gold, which is highly important, or the formula, which is really, really expensive. You don't want to be wasting bottles and remaking bottles early in the morning or any time of the day. So I really do like the Nanobebe bottle. There's a lot of great appeal to it. I mean, so far, baby does seem to enjoy them. He is a little bit gassy. I did do a little bit of research to see what some of the comments were about the Nanobebe bottles and gas. And I still did see some negative comments about gas and the bottle, maybe making the baby a little bit colicky and doesn't really work well at keeping air out, which is quite possible if the damn thing is always coming apart. So I honestly can't really speak to that particular portion. My baby is pretty gassy, period. And that's with any of the bottles that we've used. So we're still kind of researching to see what bottle really works well with us. I do kind of have a favorite at the moment, but I'm still going to do a little bit more research before I say which one is my absolute favorite or recommend one. But yeah, I can't really speak to the gas thing, but being that the bottle doesn't stay together as well, I'm pretty sure a lot of air does get into these bottles, which does cause baby to have a lot of gas and be colicky and so on and so forth. Yeah, so great product, really nice. Really nice aesthetic, works as it should. It does not cause the nipple rejection like maybe other bottles would. Like, I didn't have too much of a problem transitioning him from the bottle to my nipple at first when we first got home, because I was doing more of breastfeeding him versus pumping. But once you start pumping and pouring them into the bottles, you know, the baby gets used to that speed of the milk and they don't really want your stinking nipple anymore. So he doesn't really care for my nipple. I could be squeezing it out and like dumping the milk on his lip like, hey baby, milk is here. And he's like, no thank you, get my bottle. So yeah, so overall, okay bottle. However, you do need to be careful of that one little thing, is that these bottles do come apart. So you would have to be careful. For me, I am still using them because I have so goddamn many of them. I use these more so in the daytime when I'm not tired. When I am wide awake, I can make a bottle, and honestly I use them more for breast milk. So what to alleviate that whole bottle coming apart thing, I take my, which I don't even have with me at the moment, the milk that I have stored in the Nanobebe breast storage bag. I take it and I dump it in the warming bowl. This warming bowl is next level. I have no idea how this thing dries everything, warms everything so fast, but it really does. I dump it in here. I let it kind of warm up in the bag. Then I take it out the bag and pour it into the bottle, which can be a little bit tricky. I'm like a little afraid of dropping it because that spout is just a little strange to hold. I don't even have it here with me. I apologize. It's a little strange to hold, but I pour it in. It's already warm. I can make sure that the bottle is nice and snug in the water. Nothing is going to get inside. Even if I don't put the lid on properly the right way, I can kind of test it out before I give it to the baby and then fix it before we have like a huge mess on the hands. So it does have its appeal for that particular portion. However, when it comes down to formula bottles in the middle of the night, you know, pouring and saving directly into this bottle, not really my favorite thing. So that's just my opinion on the Nanobebe bottle. Let me know what you think and what your experience has been. If you have any suggestions to how to make this thing work just a little bit better, I love to hear them. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. It took a lot of effort for me to get dressed and do this video, so please be my friend. And we will talk soon. Bye.